Hello everybody, today I'm going to be looking at a game called HeavenStrike Rivals by Square Enix. I decided to look at this game because even though Square Enix doesn't have the best track record, they've made quite a few good tactics games in the past, like Final Fantasy Tactics, and depending on your definition of tactics, which this usually wouldn't include, but you could say Final Fantasy 1 through 7 were, as they were turn-based. Obviously that could just be a turn-based RPG, but whatever. Let's look over the game. Basically, the game is sad disappointment. It's actually just a mobile port, as you can probably tell by the UI. It's incredibly buggy, and has immense loading times, even though it's on PC from the mobile market, which I don't understand at all. In fact, I'm running this on a very good system. I'm running on a GTX 970 SSD install for this, as well as 16 gigabytes of RAM and whatever else, i7 3.4 gigahertz. The system is more than adequate to play a damn 2D game from the phone. But the loading time was immense the first time I loaded the game. It's never been that long again, but I would like to just show you the pain somewhere on the screen while I'm doing the rest of this video. It was really depressing. So, this game kind of appealed to me. It looked a bit like a game that came out recently called Duelist, which I'm adoring right now. It's quite a fun game. It's a tactics game inspired by Hearthstone, actually, but it's not a card game. I'd heavily advise looking into it, as it's basically just a better version of this game, in my opinion. So, let's look at what you can call your deck in this game. If I've clicked the right button, because it feels strange. Yes, this is the right button, it just took forever to load, as most things do. The deck builder is this simple. You put 8 units in. I really dislike that. All of these units have different amounts of cost, as you can see on the bottom. You have a Vanguard unit, which I believe just starts in your hand. And yeah, there's quite a few flaws with the actual system, but this part I dislike exclusively the fact that you can only have 8, as opposed to a deck builder where you could choose an amount of each in a deck of up to 40 cards or whatever arbitrary amount any game decides. You can make another deck, but I don't know if there's a limit. I also kind of don't care, so let's ignore that for now. At the top left, you will see, in the horrible mobile UI, your energy and how it's refilling very slowly. With this energy, you go around this far too zoomed in for PC map or world and choose missions. These missions use energy, and they'll have different rewards, like you'll be trying to get heroes as a possible reward and other such things. Every day you log in, you will be getting a gift box. In fact, I'm just going to open this by clicking repeatedly. And today I got these. Looks like you don't have any. I know that. Now, this is actually where I got extremely confused the first time I played through the game. Escape doesn't work, right click doesn't work, backspace doesn't work. I need to click the mobile-esque back button at the top and nothing else. The mobile port is clearly incredible. Now, if you click the get button, can you guess what's here once it loads? Microtransactions. 199.99 Rand is $10 for those of you that don't know. Basically, these just seem to change the daily reward and how good they are. Next is the units from that deck builder I just mentioned. You can just buy brilliant ones. Like a unit with 9.2, which is quite damned good in my opinion. You can just buy units and get started incredibly powerful by playing with that currency. And let's see if we can find that currency anywhere, because I am genuinely curious. Okay, no, the monthly ticket gives you more of these shields, it appears, which you use to buy the units. You can go to the recruitment page, which is a bit more obnoxious, as here you straight up buy the units with the green crystal currency, which is mostly received from the microtransactions. You can probably tell there's a few references around in the store, and in all honesty, the music is making me slowly want to kill myself. So, that's mostly the game, as far as the menu is concerned. I apologize for the random cut in the video. I wasn't happy with the rest of the video that I had done, so I'm going to be redoing it. I'm putting a lot of effort into these videos as of now, and if you have any feedback, I will take it very seriously. So, next I want to look over the gameplay. You choose your missions through this bit of a linear progression system. I don't know if you can call this a tutorial or kind of story system, but I'm no longer having tutorial messages anymore, so I'd assume I'm long out of the tutorial. However, it does seem to be very story-based. As you can see, between each mission, you'll usually have a cutscene like this, where you'll see multiple little characters drawn in a bit of a sketchy art style, which I'm not a very big fan of in this case. And they'll talk at the speed of a god. They talk very fast. It actually kind of confuses me. So I'm just going to be skipping this. The battle will take a while to load, and it kind of annoys me that it does. For multiple reasons, really. And once it loads, you will now see the game. This is kind of it. The field is extremely simple, and so is the game. Again, I'm not the biggest fan. So, the way this game works is... It is kind of tutorializing me. It's telling me to put the Vanguard down first, but yeah, this is how the game works. You have your 6 classes, which I believe I spoke over earlier, which are things like the Gunner, the Fighter, the Mage, and he's another Fighter. They all have different purposes, but they're very similar, and most characters don't really have abilities or any complex kinds of abilities, sadly. They're just kind of generic. But here, for example, he says other allied ogres gain 1 attack and 1 HP. He also has Fury, which is attached to all fighters, which increases the attack by 1 after attacking. So, let's put down my Vanguard. Here you will see he has 3 health, which is the green, and 1 attack, which is red. The point of the game is to let your characters, or units, get to the other end and attack him until his health is 0. You can imagine how that would work. But here's the annoying thing. He can move 2 squares and attack what is directly in front of him, and I can move him around if it's my turn. But he... bit of a flaw with the game. It's not strategic, really, in any way. You kind of just place a unit, click play, and he'll walk forward. It's very mobile-focused in that manner, and it's just very casual as far as any quote-unquote tactical game can go. So next I'm going to be playing this unit. Target other allied units, gain 1 attack for 2 turns, and I think that'd be pretty good on a fighter, and that would help him kill that unit. So let's just put him down. Encourage him. Confirm. Okay. I was about to say, did he just encourage himself? And I would not be happy if he did. Okay, so he's going to walk forward, attack him, and do a little dance. The characters aren't drawn terribly, but you can clearly see it's a bit lazily done in that these 2 characters are clearly drawn off of the exact same base. And there are only, I believe, 6 bases. There might be slightly more for rares and other such rare units, but I haven't found any, and I'm kind of sad. So, in this situation I kind of wish I could play a fighter, but my mana, displayed in the top left, I only have 2, and he requires 3, as you can see over here. So, I think I'm going to be playing... You know what, I'll save my mana. That's about as strategic as it gets. Save your mana. The game itself, it just... There's much disappointment, and I am actually greatly confused by what he just did there. He's a fighter, but he very clearly just avoided the fight. Let's see if I can read anything on him that could indicate why on earth he did that. Nope. Nothing in clear text, anyway, that I could see. That is quite saddening. So, let's place down a mage. Nope, she only has 1 attack. Oh, no, she has 3 attack. That'll work fine. Mages attack by hitting a unit within 4 blocks in front of them, and they hit all units around that unit as well. That is where their advantage comes in. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm incredibly bored when I'm playing this game. So let's just finish this mission up, as he's in a bad situation, so he should be getting hurt very soon. Okay, let's just place down another mage, create an unstoppable army of power, and yeah, they'll just clear that on their own. As you can see, the 2 mages are clearly based off of each other. The sprites are very similar. Oh gosh, she couldn't move forward to attack because she could attack, so she was stupid. Oh well, let's put a unit there. Let's put you there. And let's just keep going through until I win, which is kind of inevitable. The earlier missions in the game are obviously very easy. And he's out of units. He's going to have to summon. I apologize if this looks a bit boring to you, but I can't play it up as very interesting, as I don't find it very interesting. The animations, the art style, I'm not the biggest fan of many things in the game. At some points the art is quite nice, but it's such a... I don't know what just happened there. Basically after the fight all your units gain XP, and that was just displayed in a split second with an ear-deafening sound for me. I think I've turned it down low enough that it won't break your ears, but yeah. So, at the end you also get crates that drop from units, and just as possible rewards for the mission. And here they are, 2 units that I already own, so not much point in that. And now, I was basically just waiting for 5 seconds there for it to actually go to the next screen. And let's bypass the story a bit and go back to the main map. That is basically the entire game. The game does have a PvP focus in that you're going to want to play against players and go through the story to get different units and fight other players, but the game I don't think is even worth that much. As the deck builder is extremely simplistic, the UI is horrible, the game is very buggy. In fact, let me just show you the Steam reviews for this game. And I've had multiple issues myself. Like, I've gone to the settings page and had this not even come up. Literally, it just didn't come up. If you Alt F4 the game, often it doesn't even close, and you can't go back to any sort of menu while in a game, I found. It's just such a mess. It's a very saddening mess. But that's basically the game. I'm going to just leave the conclusion as, if this interests you somehow, go crazy, but I don't think there's much to hold you here, and definitely do not encourage the microtransaction movement onto PC in this manner. I do not believe that microtransactions done in this way should be supported, so that's just my take. Also, I've had the game crash constantly when I've closed it by means of the menu in-game, which is why I tried Alt F4ing it as well, both of which apparently don't always work, which is impressive. So, decide on your own, but that was my first impressions, and I've played through about 2 hours of the game, which is fair to say. Some of it was menu time and other such nonsense, but that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day.